children. I, Mrs. Aarti Shingari from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1, Ahmednagar, is once again with you with the poem My Shadow from class 5 English NCERT books. In this poem, we will learn about shadow. First, we will see the recitation. My shadow. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. And what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow, not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an Indian rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there is none of him at all. One morning, very early, before the sun I was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in my bed. In this poem, children, you are learning about the shadow. In this poem, they say that the shadow it becomes very small sometimes, that you are not able to see it. And sometimes it becomes so large, so long. So, what is the reason? Children, you will learn about this very nicely in EVS subject. But I will also try to explain to you. Now, this shadow, it is taller in the morning and the evening. And in the afternoon, afternoon means noon time at 12 o'clock, when the rays of the sun is directly on our head, the shadow is very, very small. Why? What is the reason? Actually, the shadow is formed of opaque objects, children. There are three types of objects: opaque, transparent, and translucent. Opaque objects are those objects from which light is not able to pass. So sunlight, when it falls on you, we are opaque. Light will not pass through our body. So what will happen? The light, if it falls on your back, then your shadow is formed in front of you. When the light rays in the noon time at 12 o'clock, when they are directly falling on our head, that time our shadow is below our feet. It is very, very small. You are not able to see it. When the sun rays falls from the front side, then your shadow falls at back side. Means it is in the opposite direction, you can say. Shadow is formed in the opposite direction of the light. Shadow games also you play, children. That time you observe that you keep your hand in between the wall and the light. In the evening when the lights are on, that time you play shadow games. So next time when you play shadow games, when you see your shadows on the walls, you make shadows with your hands. Then see, children, the light and the wall, they are in opposite direction. So in the morning and the evening, when the rays are slanting rays, that time the shadows are very long. But when the rays of the sun are directly on our head, that time the shadow is very small. Now new words, India rubber ball. What is a rubber ball? A ball that can bounce very high. Now you generally play with this ball and you bounce the ball. Buttercup, it is a yellow flower. We find dewdrops on grass leaves, flowers, vegetables. Means it is water drops. Errant means very bad. So shadow acts very badly in the morning time when the sun is not there. When the sun is not there, naturally the light doesn't fall on you, and then there is no shadow. So the poet imagines that the shadow becomes very bad at that time because it doesn't walk with you. See the imagination, children. Then errant sleepyhead means completely inattentive. It is sleeping in a sleeping state when it is not at all attentive, and very bad it is. Now we'll come to question answers. Who do you think your shadow looks like? Naturally, my shadow looks like me. See here. Why do you think your shadow jump into bed before you can? My shadow jumps into bed before me because the light falls on me from back, and so my shadow falls in front of me. Read the lines. One question is Miss Children, we'll do that first. What time of the day do you think that your shadow is tallest? The shadow is tallest in the early morning and early evening when the sun appears low in the sky. Now we have to read the lines from the poem, and then we'll see the answers of the following questions. He is very, very like me, from the heels up to the head. Who does he refer to? He refers to the shadow. Who does me refer to? Naturally, me refers to the speaker in the poem, the child. He and me. Why are he and me alike? They are alike because he is the shadow of me. Now, some questions are there, children. You are alone at home and the light goes out. What will you do? I will wait till light comes back. Until that time, arrange for candlelight. You have forgotten your homework copy at home. I will tell the truth to the teacher. See, children, always speak the truth. Once you say the truth means your problem is solved. And if you say lies, then to cover that lies, again and again you have to tell more and more lies. So once you speak the truth, all your problems are solved. So truth and honesty, children, you have to follow these moral values. What would you do if a dog chases you? I would stop running so the dog will stop chasing. Fill in the blanks using one of the words given in brackets. Where is the child dash parents have come to school? So who, whose and which? Out of this, whose option is correct? Who and which, they don't fit in that sentence. I saw many houses were quite spacious. I saw many houses, yes, which were quite spacious. Whose and who doesn't fit there. Mathematics dash is my favorite subject. Mathematics, which is my favorite subject, is so interesting. The poem dash you read out is so lovely. The poem that you read out, it automatically comes in your mouth. The poem that you read out is so lovely. I know the street dash he lives on. I know the street that he lives on. I like reading books dash have pictures in it. I like reading books that have pictures in it. The old lady dash I met in your house is my neighbor. The old lady whom I met in your house is my neighbor. Now here there is one picture given to you, and you have to answer the questions. Now actually in this, there is one girl, Mithu, who has made this house for her dog. And this dog is of Mithu. So the questions are according to Mithu and the dog. What do you think is the name of the dog? The name of the dog is Shadow. Why? Because this dog always follows Mithu wherever she goes. So the poet says that it is the shadow of Mithu. We say generally, this child is my shadow because this child always walks with me. Why is she called that? She is called shadow because she follows Mithu like a shadow wherever she goes. What color is she? Her color is gray. Gray means white. Do you think she is friendly? Yes, she is a friendly dog. She is a friendly dog. That is why she is always going with Mithu. Wherever Mithu goes, she goes with Mithu. What else does she like to eat? Sorry, what does she like to eat? She likes to eat chop and dog biscuits. Mithu and a dog shadow. Now we will write 4 sentences on Mithu and a dog shadow. Shadow is a lovely dog, white dog. She follows Mithu like a shadow wherever she goes. She is a friendly dog. She likes to eat bones. Mithu has made a beautiful house for Shadow. Yes, children, what is the house of dogs known as? Kennel. It is known as kennel. See the kennel here. Now, children, we have done almost all the exercises of this lesson. And if you like my teaching, please motivate me to make more and more videos. For that, you like, share, and subscribe my channel.